Good morning, Husky Nation. Welcome back to another edition of 4x4 with Superintendent. I have some guests with me this morning to talk about some things going on in our district. So to kick it off, I'm sure all of you have heard about artificial intelligence. It seems to be impacting every sector of our society. Schools are not immune to that. So as a district, we've kind of taken an approach that we're going to learn more about it and roll out some implementation over a period of time. And so what we put together is a district-wide team that's being led by Mr. Chad Sussex and Mr. Reed Lichty. And so here today to talk a little bit about what the team's been engaged in around artificial intelligence is Mr. Sussex. So Chad, will you talk a little bit about the team and maybe kind of who's on it across the district and what you guys have done so far?
Yeah, we've been able to put together a team that's representative really quite well of all of our buildings, our teachers around a number of content areas. It's been nice to have. So we've been engaging in conversations around resources that we want to make available to teachers and students, as well as starting the conversation of policy building, starting to get examples out there that we can use to get at least a first draft going.
Awesome. As we've talked about making sure all of our students are college, career, and life ready, we know that understanding AI and its implications, both good and bad, are going to be important for our kids to know. So I appreciate Chad's work in the team and leading that effort for us in the district. And here to talk a little bit about, as a member of that team, on how they've used AI in their classroom is Mr. Corey Bradley. So Corey Bradley is a junior high math teacher and recently used AI in one of his projects. So Corey, you talk a little bit about how you've used AI recently in your classroom to help kids?
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Gross. Yeah, we've been using AI in the math classroom. We've actually started a project where the 7th grade students are researching a new lunch option for our cafeteria. And before this, we were very limited on what I could find that would be, safe research options for the kids to be able to use. And now with this AI, we're able to let the kids be a little bit more creative. We use a website called PlayLab that allows me to be able to really hone down what the students have access to. They went through and they used one bot that I created, which is called ChefBot. And they researched different recipes and then scaled those up to feed the entire junior high and high school. And right now they're actually working on doing a cost analysis and working with a distributor, which is our budget bot, that they're now going through and doing the price analyzing of how much it would cost to be able to do this in the school or in the junior high school. And just really excited for when we put it all together and they're going to be given presentations and allowing them to get a chance to work with AI without getting all of AI at the same time.
Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate the work that our team's done. Obviously, we know that there's some implications that we need to think through, as Chad mentioned too, regarding policy. And the hope is that as the team explores those resources and learns more about them, we can open more and more up to kids that we can vet, make sure are safe, and then put some policies in place around them. So thanks to the work of both of those individuals and the rest of the team as we explore AI. So here with me now is Mr. Scott Schuffelbein. And Scott Schuffelbein, in addition to being the instructional coach at the high school, works with our high school entrepreneurial class. And as we talk about engaging kids in application-based learning or authentic learning, our entrepreneurial class is a class we think does a lot of that. So Scott, tell me a little bit about what that class is planning to do this winter. I know you guys are planning to put some projects together that will be available for our community members to buy. So talk to me a little bit about that.
So what we wanted to do, like our main goal was the students would produce a product and then sell it and do as much of a business plan and process along the way that they can. So they're trying to market it. They're using some members of the community as guest speakers. And even a lot of our teachers that have experience with things like this have come in and talked to them. But they're right now producing their first product to kind of get a feel for things and figure out the skills that they have and the things that they don't have. And then they're trying to work with team members in the class to fill in the gaps of skills they have, whether it's sales or whether it's actually producing. And now we're just entering the phase of they're going to come up with their own idea and their own product to sell at ball games. And then also we'll do some online sales too.
Awesome. I think I heard the time frame for this is to try and have prototypes or examples out there at some upcoming ball games potentially, or where staff or community members can look at what's available and put some orders in that maybe be ready by Christmas. Is that accurate?
Well, actually next Friday at the girls scrimmage, they're going to try to have their first thing ready.
So you talk about the skills we want kids to learn around our profile of a graduate. critical thinking, problem solving, communication, a whole gamut of skills they're going to learn through this project. So look for that next Friday at the Chiefs scrimmage, and moving forward at some of our upcoming ball games. We hope you'll select some of the products and maybe purchase some of them. I know I've tried to highlight that each week so far. This week, I'm going to talk about the Empower portion of the Excel model, and that really is the development of a social contract in all of our classes, where our students and teachers work together to identify how they're going to treat each other in that space. For those of you that work in a professional setting, group norms that you're probably familiar with, it's very similar to that process. The whole reason behind that is that the kids have some ownership and buy-in on how the class is going to function and how they're going to treat each other. And our end goal is that they become a self-managing group. So we're really excited about what we see in the classroom, and giving kids those skills to interact and work together in a positive manner. So as always, thanks for tuning in, and go Huskies.